Hi everyone, my name is Danveer Singh. The craft activity I'm going to be teaching is how to make a pillow cover. So I stuck to this activity as an activity to do during quarantine or as an activity to do when you're home. And then, so the materials associated with this activity is we have a yard of fabric here, and we have sewing needles, we have thread, a pair of scissors, and we have a pillow insert. And the average cost of these materials was $25. You probably don't even need the scissors because you probably already have those. Alright, so the first step we're going to do is put our pillow insert on top of our fabric. Make sure the fabric is flat from the bottom. We're going to take our fabric, put it over our pillow insert. We're leaving about 2 inches of space on each side. And this pillow was 24 by 24 inches, and our fabric length was 56 inches this way. I have laid out how I want my pillow to be and how much 2 inches of space on each side. I'm going to cut 2 inches of space from the pillow insert to my extra fabric. I'm adding a snippet here so I can now lay down my fabric and cut the rest of it. So here's my snippet that I made in the second step, and I want to cut a straight line across the fabric from here to here and there to there. It doesn't have to be straight. I'm going to finish it off by cutting to there. So once I have cut my fabric, I fold it in half, and I want to ensure that there is no wrinkles and it is straight for the next step. All right, now we're going to thread the needle. So I'm going to take the thread and I'm going to cut it about arm's length from one hand to the other hand. I'm going to cut it at the end. I never want to work with extra thread that I don't need. I'm going to loop it through the needle. I'm going to take one end to the other end that I cut and tie it together. And there's my needle thread. All right, so in the last step, I prepared my needle and my thread. In this next step, we're going to start sewing our pillow cover. So we are going to take the needle and poke it through the fabric. Make sure it is relatively close to the top. I'm going to go through, pull my entire thread through till it catches onto my knot. I'm coming back up to the front and then going, I want to leave about a half a fingertip of space between each sew. So I'm going to go here, going to go all the way through. You're going to continue doing this till you run out of thread. So I've gone through, and I'm going to come back up to the front, leave half a fingertip of space, go through the back, pull till it is decently tight, come back up to the front, and then go through the back. I want to ensure to keep my thread out of the way while I do this, so it does not get knotted up. I'm going to do this till I run out of thread. So now I'm coming to the end of my thread. I'm going to cut off the end that is attached to the needle. And I'm going to just make knots at this end. And with the rest of my thread, I'm going to cut it. So I sewed two ends. It took me a while. It took me about an hour and a half to sew both of these ends, and I left one opening to where I can insert my pillow. And I'm going to turn it inside out so it has more of a cleaner look. I'm going to insert my pillow, and then I'm going to sew this end. For the final step, I turned my final edge inside out, and I sewed it together, and I'm going to make my final knot, and then my pillow would be complete. And this concludes my presentation, and you can place this anywhere in your house, for example, on your sofa or on your bed.